Alright my friends, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew and today we are taking another look at Cyberpunk 2077. We're going to be doing this looking at DLSS 4 and FSR 3.1, both in the performance mode while we're taking a look at this. Because I think that I have kind of found a way to explain this in a way that maybe might make sense to you guys that are that love DLSS. Okay, so I personally, I mean, like the shimmering has never bugged me, like ever. Like so you can see like the shimmering over here underneath the cars, over here the crosswalks, whatever. Like you can see that. Obviously, it's flickering. That probably, I get it, man. Like I've seen other people, you know, and you know, I've talked to like people that I work with and stuff, and you know, I kind of feel like maybe NVIDIA had done like this like a focus group or something, you know, and had a whole bunch of people come in and we're looking at this, and you know, because I do feel like a lot of people will see that sharpness of DLSS and that crispness and they're just like, boom, it's all over for them. So what I want you to do while you're looking at this image, look back there at the bushes over here, like right back there. Okay, you can see like the little tree bushes back there. Okay, notice how they kind of blend into the overall image quality here on FSR. So we're on FSR 3.1 or 3 right now in the performance mode. That's why you're seeing a lot more of the overall like flickering on the crosswalk, stuff like that. Like you can definitely see it, obviously. Yeah, there's really no way to hide that. Okay, so we're gonna jump over here into DLSS 4, obviously performance mode, all of that stuff, and yes, we do have the path tracing and everything on right now. So we are looking at this at like the max quality. So okay, now here's the thing. This is just kind of like an easy observation for you. So now if you're still looking at those bushes, now you can see like lines in them. They have like these lines in them. They just like, boom, they're right there. Like you can see them, and it appears like there's more detail to them. Like if you look at them, you can obviously see that there's like more detail to those overall like little bushes right there. Obviously the flicker and everything is gone, so the image quality looks more pristine. Well, my friends, to me, those trees now look really, really just uncanny valley out of place to me. They just look weird to be able to see all those lines in them. And we're going to go ahead and just turn the camera nice and slowly right over here to the left, because we're going to see another thing of those bushes right there. Now they just look like, to me, they don't look that great. So now if we come back in here and we take our thing back over to FSR and we jump back out, now those same bushes are a little more blurred out. They're not distracting. They're not over exaggerated to the point where it's like, now they just look like bushes. And if we go ahead and we scroll back over here a little bit, like you can zoom in on your phone or whatever. Now if we come back over here and we look across the street, we have that same look that kind of like obscures them a little bit so they don't stand out as much. Now, when you look over there across that area, you're not getting that like distracting look from those bushes. Some people might think the other way looks good, but to me, I like this better. I like the way that image quality looks. I mean, obviously the little shimmering and stuff, if we were to go, not right there. If we were to go over here and take this to like quality, let's just go to quality real quick, just so that you guys can see this, because then it will kind of get rid of some of the shimmering, not a lot of it, but it gets rid of, you know, some of it. At least, actually, I didn't get rid of that much of it. Maybe it didn't switch. But you can still see that even at the quality level, it doesn't really make them stand out or over exaggerated. And obviously, if we come back in here, like we can take this sharpness all the way down. We can take the sharpness all the way down and then apply that. And then it gets rid of that shimmering a little bit more. See that it kind of cleans up the shimmering a little bit more. Not a whole lot, but it does, you know. I mean, like obviously over there, that part's going to be an issue. Ooh, look at this little wreck. But you can see like the ghosting and everything behind these people, like when they're running and stuff. Like you can definitely see that. Yeah, this is one of those things where it's like, let me come back over here nice and slow. We'll just try to rotate nice and slow back over here to these bushes right here. So if you look at those, they still don't look like they have that over exaggerated detail. Now, if we walk up closer to them, we'll get closer. Now we're like right in view and they look good. We come back and they start to like fade out a little bit more naturally as you get further and further away. They start to look, you know, they just soften. It just softens. Now we're back over here. Let's go ahead and turn this on to DLSS again, but this time we're going to leave that right there, and we're gonna go over to quality on this one as well. We're gonna do them both in quality for this test. Okay, so now look at the bushes. Now they're like wow. They're like there's already like some like detail in them. Like there's like fine lines and all of that stuff. Now as we walk closer, and they get sharper and sharper, and now they just have this look to them that doesn't look realistic, and it doesn't look like the other one does. This doesn't look that good to me. Now if we back up, obviously we're taking them back out of that view and stuff. I mean, I suppose they do look probably not horrible like from far away, but when you get close to those, that really looks different. So let's go back over here. Let's walk back over here, and then let's examine the way they look with FSR 3 in the quality mode. Let's go ahead and bring that in. Now those look more realistic to me. Those look more realistic. They look better. They have that, like the material is more, like they don't look like they have just this one uniform material. They look better in a lot of ways to me. But I don't know, man. See, this is the thing that like throws me off with DLSS is it's not that it looks horrible, okay? Like I've never wanted you guys to think that I think DLSS looks horrible. Like that's not my intention. Like when I look at DLSS, that just looks uncanny valley. It looks sharp to me. They look like they're the same, you know, it doesn't look like, yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know why that don't look good to me. But if you look at something like this, like the little cement barrier or whatever, that looks good. You look over here at like all of the other stuff, like that all looks good. All of this stuff right here, like the seats and everything like that, those look good. Obviously the reflections look incredible with the DLSS and you know, like the DLSS ray reconstruction and stuff. That looks good. You get over here, you look at the reflections on this material and it's kind of diffuse or whatever, like that looks good. Let me turn the camera a little bit slower so you guys can actually see this. I don't like jerky cameras and stuff. But when you look at things, my friends, there's like a uniformity that DLSS brings out that obviously it doesn't look bad at all. Like you look at the image quality of this and it just looks clean. It looks too perfect. It's too perfect for me. But I mean, like if you look up there at the top of those fans up there in the very top, they're kind of like they're fizzing out on me up there too. You know what I mean? Like it's still not perfect, but you know, even the crosswalk is kind of blinking a little bit as we're moving the camera and stuff. So I don't know. I find it, you know, to a point, guys, that like I think that I honestly believe that a lot of this stuff probably doesn't matter that much, like in gameplay. And now if you look at those little fans up on the top, they're not wiggling like they were with DLSS. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know. Like I can find shimmer on both of them. I don't feel like I'm getting as much shimmer from everything while I'm like turning my camera and stuff. Until I stop, you know, like when we're looking at like those, like the little street things right there, they do kind of shimmer, but like, I don't know. See, that just never bugged me. That has never bugged me, like ever in a video game. Like I don't even care. Like I don't pay that much attention to that stuff. What I pay attention to is like the overall image quality. I'm just like, gosh dang, I look out across that street and I'm like, that looks incredible. That looks good to me. That looks very good to me. So yeah, I mean, honestly, like for this game, if I was playing it on NVIDIA, I would definitely be playing this with FSR for the most part, I think. Because when we get out here and we start moving and stuff, I don't notice as much of the ghosting or any of that kind of stuff as like we're walking down the road and stuff. I was trying to get a look at that human. But I mean, I still get sharp detail when I zoom into things like this. If we go back to DLSS. And see, that just looks even sharper. Like, don't get me wrong, like it looks good. But I like that. I like that little tiny bit of blur that I get with FSR. Yes, let's see my beautiful FSR again. Oh yeah, see? I like that little bit of blur that I'm getting. Wow, the frame rate dropped way high. It's like it can barely do this game at 3440 with FSR and DLSS. Like it's in the 30s right now. That's insane. But that's what I'm talking about, my friends. That's just crazy. That's just crazy to me. So, all right, guys, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.